So now we're going to do verbs. Verbs in Arabic. It's أفعال. أفعال. There is something that you have to remember about verbs in Arabic. The infinitive. The Arabic in the infinitive form, it takes the third person masculine. For example, in English you would say to do, to play, to, right? That's in English. English, the infinitive is to work, for example. In Arabic, the infinitive takes the third person masculine, which is what? Masculine. The third person masculine, which is huwa. He. Huwa. He. So the infinitive would be he worked in the past. Third person masculine in the past. That's infinitive verbs in Arabic. So in English you say to work, in Arabic he worked. Okay? And that would be, for example, amila. That is easier to conjugate. Why? Because conjugation in Arabic, as we're going to explore in a little bit, it takes different beginnings and endings, prefixes and suffixes. So if you're conjugating the present tense, things change at the beginning. In the past, things change at the end. So that's why this form of the infinitive in Arabic is the proper way to start, because nothing is added to it. That is the root of the verb. Okay? Amila, amila. So we're going to take the subject pronouns we learned as ana. Ana. What else? Anta. Anti. Huwa. وهي. I, you, female, he, and she. So you want to say, let's say a couple of verbs. You want to say study. درس. عمل. كتب. Study. Work. Which is, he studied actually. He worked. And he wrote. That's infinitive. Okay. Ana. This is the trick for conjugating verbs in Arabic. You take the infinitive as it is. Let's take the word darasa, the verb darasa, and you put it in all of them. See? And look what's going to change. This is the verb. When you say I, you put an alif at the beginning. Adrus. I study. Adrus. Adrus. Anta. Tadrus. Tadrus. Anti. Tadrusin. Look what's going to happen to anti. See the tail of sin? We drop it because sin is going to become medial. And we're going to add in. Long vowel, yeah, and nun. Tadrusin. Tadrusin. Huwa يدرس. هي تدرس. يدرس. تدرسين. تدرس أدرس. And you can see now, what do you add? What you would add to verbs to conjugate them in the present tense. Present tense is called المضارع. المضارع. At the beginning, ألف أ. أنت تا. أنتِ تا. And then the verb, and you add in. هو يا. هي تا. And you can take any other verb, either عمل or كتب, and you can change it. Change the content. So أنا أكتب, I write. أنا أكتب. أنت تكتب. أنتِ تكتبين. هو يكتب. هي تكتب. عمل. أنا أعمل. أنت تعمل. أنتِ تعملين. هو يعمل. هي تعمل. So you keep all of this, and you can put any verb in the dark spots, which are the infinitive form. So I can change this verb that it says study, and I can just put, you see how? I can just put any other verb. Watch, I'm keeping the same vowels. And I'm going to use the verb كتب to write, or he wrote in Arabic. أكتب. أكتب. You see it? كتب. أكتب. تكتب. تكتبين. This goes for here. يكتب. تكتب. You see? It's just that easy. And you can either put عاملة or any other verbs that I gave you in the list. أكل, eat. كتب, درس, عمل, قرأ, read, سمع, listen, شاهد, watch. Okay? So that would be the conjugation. Asking a question with verbs. Do you work? Do you work? What do we use to refer to do or does? Same thing that we used with are you happy? Do you have? And this is do you work? So would be يلا شباب يلا هل هل look هل you can use it to ask about with adjectives, with possession, and with verbs. Are you or is, okay? And then do or does. Yes and no, basically yes and no questions. Yes, no. Do you work? Yes, no. Okay? Do you work? Do you work? Okay. So we said that do is هل. You work. Which of the conjugation, which one of these conjugation would fit work? I'm going to put the verb عاملة, which is work, and you. So now you have to conjugate the verb to you work. Jamie? It doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine. So you would say just tell me which one you would use. Ta or ta'in? I mean, both of them, of course, but or ya, or ta. Okay, that's you. And is for I.
Okay.
So which one would you use for you? Ta or ta'in? Doesn't matter. Okay? So you're going to use ta, for example, for masculine. Ta. Are you going to keep the ayn like that? It's an immediate form. So what's going to happen is ayn is just going to take the medial form, which is an upside down triangle. تعمل. هل تعمل. And you can say هل أنت تعمل. You can use أنت here, or you can just say it fast. هل تعمل. هل أنت تعمل. هل تعملين. Do you work. هل تدرس. هل تدرس العربية. Do you study Arabic. هل تتعلم العربية. Do you learn Arabic, or are you learning Arabic. هل تتعلم العربية. هل تعمل. What's the answer? Affirmative. What would you use for affirmative? Yes. نعم. نعم. أنا what? أنا أعمل. أنا أعمل. Yes, I work. أنا أعمل. لا. This is a different negation. Do not use ليس with verbs. What you have to use is لا. لا again. لا. لا أعمل. لا أعمل. I don't work. لا. So there are two types of negation. There is ليس and there's لا. We've seen earlier that ليس we use ليس with what? What did we use ليس with? Adjectives and possession, right? ليس عندي, I don't have. Or لست فرحان, I'm not happy. Or لست تعبان, I'm not tired. With verbs, it's an exceptional negation. لا. And you should not confuse ليس with لا when you use verbs. لا with verbs. لا أعمل, I don't work. لا أدرس. لا أكتب. لا لا لا. لا أحب, I don't like. لا أحب الدجاج, I don't like chicken. لا أحب الدجاج. لا أحب الواجبات, I don't like homework. You like that one, huh? لا أحب الدجاج. لا أحب هذا. لا أحب هذه. Okay, so لا with what? Verbs. Perfect. And ليس with adjectives and possessive. Okay? And هل goes with all of them. You just have to put the proper conjugation of each one. هل أنت فرحان? Are you happy? هل عندك سيارة? Do you have a car? هل تعمل? Do you work? هل. It's a yes and no question, so it goes for all three. Okay? Adjectives, possessives, and verbs. هل. Answers, when it comes to affirmative, it does not change. You just have to respect the conjugation according to the gender, who speaks or who you're addressing. And the negation, of course, changes depending on what negation goes with what. Negation with adjectives, you use laysa. Negation with possessives, you use laysa again. And negation with verbs, you use la only. Alright? So that'll be all for verbs.